Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we have an update on the economy and, well, what this means for the car market moving forward. Before we get into this video though, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. And then if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Let's get into it. The report we're going to go over today comes from Cox Automotive. They actually release a report on the car market and the overall state of the economy on a pretty regular basis. Now, obviously on this channel we focus on the car market, but I think it's important to talk about economic conditions every so often, even though I'm not an expert, but just so that we can kind of put that into the trajectory of where the car market's going. So the first thing in this report is that the headline unemployment figure is 3.7%. And on top of that, it looks like labor participation is also down. But this is pretty interesting because we're in a job market where there are actually more jobs being created right now, but a lot of those jobs are in the service sector, and obviously we're seeing the exact opposite in like the tech sector, for example, where tech jobs are disappearing. And so again, this is just based on the research I've done. It looks like we have a situation where you have like all these high-paying jobs that are disappearing, and then you have these lower-paying jobs that there's a lot of them available, and obviously people that are going from a high-paying job to a lower, or people don't want to go from a high-paying job to a lower-paying job. And so I think that's why we're seeing this unemployment rate basically tick up and labor participation slightly tick down, right? These, you know, again, let's just go the tech side of things. These tech bros, right? They could go and get a job at McDonald's or other, you know, some other service sector job, but they're not going to do that because they were just making multiple six figures per year doing tech stuff. So again, that's just kind of my 2 cents on that. But anyways, diving back into the report, basically what this report states is that income here in the US is slightly increased year over year, but it's not keeping up with inflation. So that is obviously a downside for the consumer. And then actually bringing things into the car world, what we're seeing is the same general trend that we've been seeing for this whole year, where we are going to see more car sales happen in 2023 than what we saw in 2022. But the car market overall is starting to soften because month over month, the estimated amount of cars that will be sold for this year keep declining. I mean, at one point this year, they thought that we were going to sell over 16 million new cars, and now it's down to like 15 million new cars, right? It's a pretty big swing. 1 million units in a year is a massive amount. And so, again, this just shows the general trend where new car sales, again, they're up compared to last year, but they're not going to be up by as much as what everyone initially thought. And a big part of why they're up, obviously, is the fleet sales. Those are definitely bolstering the numbers quite a bit. But the last part of this report that I find absolutely fascinating is consumer confidence. So consumers are not all that confident in the market, especially like, you know, when it comes to purchasing a car. But with that being said, even though most people are not confident, the amount of people that are thinking about buying a car within the next 6 months is continuing to increase. So people are basically really pessimistic about what's happening in the economy, but they're also like, yeah, I'm still probably going to go buy something. So now I want to quickly dive into my thoughts on what is happening with the car market moving forward, given everything that we are seeing in the economy. So here's the deal. We are seeing bigger and bigger discounts from dealers and from automakers on cars as time goes on. And we're seeing this happen at the same time that a lot of automakers are starting to come out and say that we're not going to increase prices anymore. Like, we're just freezing prices for the time being because we realize that the economy cannot support higher prices. And this is really good news because, again, the report details that there is positive wage growth. Again, that wage growth isn't keeping up with overall inflation, but cars right now are experiencing deflation because used cars are the used car market is currently trending downwards. And when it comes to the new car market, it is also trending downwards. Prices are trending downwards at the same time that affordability is actually trending upwards. Like, every single week that goes by, the amount of money that the average consumer needs to purchase a brand new car or a used car is actually starting to trend downwards, finally, for like the first time in the last like few years. It's actually been doing that for like the last 6 to 8 months. But the point that I'm trying to make is I'm actually really optimistic about the car market moving forward because it looks like it's just becoming better and better for consumers. Again, the overall sales rate is coming in softer than what a lot of people expected, especially on the retail side of things. And so this is pushing these automakers and these dealers to put out bigger and bigger discounts. And again, you have to remember, this is happening at the same time that manufacturing is ramping up. And so overall, I think this is good news. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this, and I want you guys to let me know if you think that the economy moving forward is going to be able to support the car market. Obviously, none of us can predict the future, but my guess based on the data that we have right now and based on what I see when I talk to dealers and everything is, I think that it frankly will be able to if car dealers and manufacturers continue to ramp up these discounts. Now, I'm not saying that they have to like go crazy and discount stuff 50%, but the over MSRP sales that are still happening, I think that those need to just go away. And then on top of that, on the cars that there's quite a bit of inventory, there might need to be a little bit more added to it. But anyways, I'll see you.